Could death someday be optional? Venezuelan futurist and author Jose Luis Cordeiro says it's not just wishful thinking, it's science in the making. According to Cordero, humanity may be just a few breakthroughs away from treating aging like a curable disease. At the heart of this bold claim is a concept called longevity escape velocity. Picture this. Technology advances so rapidly that it extends your lifespan faster than you age. So while you grow 1 year older, medical advances give you back 2 or more years of life. The result? You might eventually outlive aging altogether. Cordero believes this tipping point could arrive as early as 2030. Harvard professor George Church and futurist David Wood, who also study longevity, offer more conservative predictions, pointing to 2037 and 2040, respectively. But Cordero is adamant. If we make it to 2030, we will basically live long enough to live forever. It's a mind-blowing concept, right? And we're just scratching the surface of this incredible story. But I want to take a quick pause to ask you for a favor. If you're as fascinated by this as we are, please hit that like button below. And if you're new here and want to stay up to date on the latest tech and science breakthroughs, subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads. It really helps us bring you more content like this. Now let's get back to the incredible science behind this. To skeptics, living forever might sound like a sci-fi pipe dream, but Cordero argues otherwise. People don't understand that aging is a curable disease, he says. We will cure it in the next 20 years. By 2045, he envisions rejuvenation therapies that will reverse the effects of aging on cells and organs, allowing people to essentially stay as young as they choose to be. His optimism is rooted in the latest breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, genetic therapies, and regenerative medicine. AI, he explains, has supercharged our ability to analyze the human genome and design drugs and treatments faster than ever before. We're unlocking secrets that were previously unimaginable, he says, and those secrets may already exist in nature. Immortal cells and animals offer clues to how aging might be stopped or reversed. Take cancer cells, which produce an enzyme called telomerase that allows them to divide indefinitely. Similarly, the Turritopsis dohrnii, better known as the immortal jellyfish, can revert to an earlier stage of its life cycle, essentially starting over. As an engineer, I see immortality already existing in nature, says Cordero. We just need to replicate what nature does, only better, and for the whole body. Cordero is no armchair theorist. A fellow of the World Academy of Art and Science, he earned his PhD from Simón Bolívar University and studied at MIT. His 2023 book, The Death of Death, co-authored with David Wood, explores advances in AI, organ printing, and stem cell therapies. It's won praise from tech luminaries like Ray Kurzweil, who called it a clear explanation of how we might soon reach longevity escape velocity. But not everyone is on board with the idea of immortality. Some dismiss it as fantasy. Others are outright horrified at the prospect. People tell me, I don't want to live forever, says Cordero. And I tell them, you don't have to. Death is very easy. You can jump anytime. This is about giving people the option not to die if they don't want to. For Cordero, the science speaks for itself. He points to groundbreaking work by Harvard's David Sinclair, who demonstrated in 2020 that age-related vision loss in mice could be reversed by reprogramming cells in the retina. Sinclair's team is now exploring similar techniques for the heart, lungs, and other organs. Much of this work centers on telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of chromosomes that shorten with each cell division. Once they get too short, cells stop dividing and enter a state called senescence. It's like a biological countdown timer, says Cordero, but some cells, like cancer cells and germ cells, which produce eggs and sperm, can maintain their telomeres indefinitely. If cancer cells can divide forever, why can't we use the same mechanisms for healthy cells? Cordero asks. The idea of reversing aging doesn't just rely on preserving cells. It also involves cleaning up the zombie cells that accumulate in our bodies as we age. These senescent cells don't function properly but refuse to die, causing inflammation and other issues. Drugs like rapamycin and metformin are already showing promise in stimulating autophagy, the body's natural process for clearing out damaged cells. Cordeiro is also a fan of fasting as a biohack to boost autophagy. Fasting 3 days a month forces your body's strong cells to eat the weak ones, he explains. It's like spring cleaning for your body. Artificial intelligence is another game changer in the quest for longevity. Tools like Google DeepMind's AlphaFold have already cracked the code on protein folding, a problem that could have taken humans centuries to solve. During the COVID-19 pandemic, similar AI systems accelerated the development of treatments and vaccines. Cordeiro is an advisor to the Rejuve project, which uses AI to analyze genes of organisms like the Methuselah fly, bred to live 5 times longer than normal. Early results have already identified promising treatments for Alzheimer's and other diseases. And then there's the more speculative side of Cordeiro's vision: nanobots and mind uploading. He's a proponent of Ray Kurzweil's 3 Bridges to Immortality, which envisions a biotech revolution followed by a future where nanobots repair cells and connect human brains to the cloud. These nanorobots will clean cholesterol, remove brain plaque, and link us to AI, he says. Digital immortality isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. While the science of nanobots is still in its infancy, Cordeiro points out that technologies once considered impossible, like smartphones or moon landings, are now everyday realities. By the 2040s, Cordeiro predicts, humans will have the option to upload their minds to the cloud, achieving digital immortality. While some find the idea unsettling, Cordeiro sees it as the natural next step in human evolution. Chimpanzees didn't stop evolving, and neither will we, he says. We'll transcend humanity, and that's okay. Whether you see it as a bold leap forward or a step too far, one thing is certain: the debate over curing aging and extending life is just getting started. If you're interested in stories about the tech reshaping our world, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell icon, and join us as we dive into the innovation disrupting our lives and shaping our future.